All right, I'm back. And again, I'm going to try to make this really fast because, as you can see, I'm pretty tired, ready to crash. And I got a stupid looking hat on because I'm a little cold. So, anyways, let's wrap this up. Um, so, the last thing I wanted to talk to you about today was just the connection between cancer and gene regulation because I know that all of you, obviously know cancer, and I'm sure you've had family or friends or both that have been affected by cancer, and obviously you know that um, my good friend Mr. Urbanek usually is across the hall teaching is not here this year because of um, dealing with his own battle with cancer right now. Um, so that's the point here. The uh, gene regulation and cancer are definitely closely linked and connected with each other. And most cancers are a result of some problem or malfunction in the regulation of genes that then go on to, because they're either expressed too much or not expressed enough, lead to cells dividing more than they should. So anyways, let's talk real quickly about these things. So, oncogenes is something that is a critical part of cancer. If you've ever seen hospital, if you've been at the hospital, you've seen a sign for the oncology uh, unit at the hospital, and that's where people with cancer are treated. So, anyways, oncogenes then. Like it says there, it's a gene that has a mutation, which is leading to it being expressed at crazy high levels. It's producing proteins that uh, cause cells to divide out of control, and again, that's what causes cancer. So, like it says there, uncontrolled mitosis is the final result, which is what cancer is. Uh, Another example that's kind of interesting, something that is just kind of a fascinating thing. I'm sure you've heard of HPV, or human papilloma virus, which I'm sure several of you girls have had vaccine for, because that's been around for a few years now, and it's recommended because this particular virus can actually cause cancer. And maybe I've wondered, like, how does a virus cause cancer? Well, show you one, basic idea of how this works. And these are just models. This is, again, not what it actually looks like. But so here you have a section of DNA, and these are the promoter regions of that DNA. And what you see right here is this is sort of what it would look like in the off position. There's a couple transcription factors here that are involved in allowing transcription to occur. And what you see right here is this particular transcription factor, this E2F, is being bound by a protein here, this red box. And then what goes on here, like it says there, this green molecule is representing a oncogene that's produced by the HPV virus itself. So the virus is making this protein. What this protein does is it binds up that normal protein that's supposed to occupy this transcription factor. Well, since the virus is imitating the transcription factor, it locks up this, and that allows the transcription factor to just latch on the DNA and just transcribe like crazy. And so you're going to get this product made that you really don't want to be made at that type of amount. And then this would lead to cervical cancer, and caused by this thing called HPV. So there's actually other types of HPV that are can cause a variety of other types of cancer and other types of issues. So, and in fact, males can get other types of HPV infections also. So, all right, tumor suppressor genes. So we all have genes when they're transcribed and translated produce proteins that shut down cell division. It's a normal thing. They keep cell division from happening over and over and over again. So obviously, if you have a mutation in a tumor suppressor gene, it's not going to produce the proteins that would allow cell division to be stopped. So without the proteins, cell division just can keep continuing. So that would be, how tumor suppressor genes would be affected or not working correctly and lead to cancer. I'm not going to talk a whole lot about these. I will when I get back. It's fascinating things. These aren't really connected to cancer necessarily. They're mentioned in this section of that chapter that you've been looking at. Second section, chapter 11, but they're called homeotic genes or Hox genes. They're fascinating things. They're the genes that control the development of body parts in embryos. So what they do is these are genes that turn other genes on and cause certain body parts and organ systems to develop during embryo. And again, we'll talk about these things, but crazy stuff. Where they first studied was looking at why legs would grow in spots where eyes are supposed to be at, and fruit flies that were being studied. DNA and genetics of the fruit flies were being studied. This is my cat here, Piper. I don't know if you can see him or not, but he's being annoying trying to drink my milk. By the way, I'm eating one of Owen Cold Snow's cupcakes that he made for my birthday. And again, I apologize, Owen, that I'm not around to eat these and have class enjoyment, but hopefully you guys enjoy them without me there. It's pretty good. So anyways, we'll talk about these particular group of genes that controls the development of body parts, so you get the right body parts developing in the right place of an embryo when it's initially forming. It's pretty fascinating stuff. So we'll talk about that more. So anyways, just to wrap up, oncogenes are genes when they're mutated. They allow cells to divide at a normally high rate and lead to cancer. There's what's called a proto-oncogene, which is what the gene is before it becomes an oncogene when it's functioning correctly. Oncogene is a gene that's not functioning right. This was the example I showed you with how HPV causes cancer, and then we talked about tumor suppressor genes. And when those are normal things, when they're not, this cat trying to get milk, when they're not working right, then that can lead to cancer. So anyways, okay, have fun. Next thing you're going to do is kind of do a little research on cancer and gene regulation. Hopefully you find some cool stuff. There's a lot of interesting things out there, and I'll see you later.